Hello everyone, it's Muhammad Ayash from Ayash in Germany channel. So today's topic is very important for every student. So the topic is which cities in Germany are suitable for students. So to answer this question, actually each student have to think about more than one thing. The first one, or the most two important factors that you need to think about, is living cost and student life. As you know, student life, it's not only about studying and work and everything, but after that you have to have fun also. And for living costs, actually it's really important to consider that. So actually when you think about living cost, one big question arises usually: what is the most important factor that consumes most of the living cost? So to find out, let's go together and see. So as you can see here, this lovely neighborhood, and it's so clear to say that renting consumes most of your living cost. So it's really important actually to think about the living cost and about the renting, and renting consumes most of your living cost. But actually it's not only about the rent and living cost. Students also need to have fun, because it's not only about studying, also about having fun after studying. Therefore you need to consider a lot of other stuff. For example, so actually any student city should have like a street like that, where you can find a lot of pubs and cafes, so you can have fun, you can socialize, you can enjoy a drink and easily relax after like a big day of study or a long day of study. Also, every student should look for a city that contain green parks. For example, like here, a big area of green park where you can socialize and you can do a lot of activities, especially in the summer. And also it could happen that you have a lot of outdoor concerts, outdoor activities. This is really nice to have in a student city. And actually it would be perfect also to find a riverside and a river here where you can relax and chill down in the summer, in the nice sun. Of course now we are in the winter, so but in the summer this place is usually full of people. Here in my city here, it's Halle an der Saale in Germany. So actually also looking for places like that is really nice to have. And so also you can look for cinemas, some nightlife activities. Those things you should really consider when you look for a student city. Also have to mention that good transportation system is really necessary to make your life easier. So it's always important to check in the cities that you're looking for a good transportation network. For example, trams, as you can see here, is very helpful in cities, especially like small cities. Also underground, some cities have underground and some cities doesn't have underground. As well, a bike-friendly city is really important for students. So as you can see here, you should look for a city that is really bike-friendly. As you can see here, like a big bike route, which is really helpful for all students. And actually all the factors I have mentioned is really important. So all these factors are really important. And now I would like to help you to figure out which actually city you should look for, and how can you figure out which city is suitable personally for you. So let's go and see. So to make it easier for you, you should classify cities into two cities: big famous cities and small unfamous cities. I'll explain the difference. So a big famous city is like city in Munich, like city of Munich, Hamburg, Cologne, Frankfurt, like Nuremberg, like big cities like Bochum, a lot of big cities. For example, also Berlin is a big city, like Mannheim. So those are very big cities and very famous in Germany. So the advantage of those cities to live in is those cities are they are very multicultural. So you can find a lot of persons from different backgrounds, and you will have, of course, a lot of the student life part will be awesome. You will have a lot of events and activities and different kind of activities. You can do a lot of things. But there's one drawback, that those cities usually are very expensive, which is usually a big element to consider when you are a student. So the other part of this other side is the small cities or unfamous cities, because sometimes also small cities are expensive like Heidelberg, but we are speaking about small cities which are not expensive, or small cities. Those, as I have mentioned already, those are really cheap or cheaper than the other big cities. But the problem is, on those cities sometimes you can get depression, because those cities are very small, you cannot find any activities. Not all of them, but most of them are activities, places to go and visit and socialize is really low. And also this is not important for students, so it depends actually what you like. So if you are kind of person who like big cities, you have to go for the big cities, but of course you have to afford the living there. If you are kind that you don't want to go out and just stay to yourself and just concentrate on study, a small city will be awesome. But actually the best is actually to find a city which is combining advantages from both, and they are existing in Germany. For example, city I'm living here, I'm studying, like all this video are photographed or shooted here in Halle an der Saale in Germany, and also other cities like Jena, like Gothenburg, like Chemnitz, like Leipzig, yeah, like just small cities. And most of those cities, you have to consider that most of the cities in the east are cheaper than in the west, but not necessarily. And there are also small cities in the west or in the south are also cheap. So the best option is to look for a city that is small and in the same time not expensive, but in the same time contains everything. So it contains cinemas, you can find cinemas, you can find places to go out, you can find cafes, you can socialize, you can find events, and at the same time it's not so big, and at the same time it's cheap. This is the best thing to do. And also a plus for you, always have to check for this plus, to look for a city that is near from another big city. For example, you are a student, you would like to work, so sometimes the small cities you don't have a lot of job opportunities. So if you look, if you stay in a city like Halle, for example, you are 20 minutes apart or far from Leipzig. It's a bigger city, would have more job opportunities, and you can go and come only in 20 minutes or 25 minutes, and it's included in your semester ticket, so you go for free for transportation. So always look for a city like that. This is only an example. You can look for a city like that because this gives you a cheap residency, and at the same time the availability to have fun and to live a nice student life. So at the end there is no one answer. Each answer should be customized to your personality and your situation. So actually you have to look and do some Google search, and at the end look at those all factors I told you, and at the end you have to decide big cities if you can afford the money, or go for alternatives. So it's always customized to your needs, what kind of city you like and what can you afford actually. So this is the most important things to look for a cities in Germany in case you are a student. So I hope really this video was helpful for you, just to make the picture more clear and to help you in your search looking for a city to come and study in Germany. I hope you really get informed out of this video and also had some fun, and I wish to see you next time in the next video on my channel Ayash in Germany. Bye bye.